Boom, baby. We are live back in the Hot Dude High Command. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode number 347, free consultation Friday. And we are going to open up the phone lines. Let's just jump right into it. We got a lot to talk about. Today's show where you come on down and ask me whatever you want, whether it be regarding dating, love, sex, relationships, making money, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, which is a nice big fat I told you so. More importantly, don't forget, November 19th, SALT 2.0 is coming out. Go to saltdaddy.net, get on the waiting list. You're going to learn so much how to maximize your online dating game. All the profiles, everything. It's a universal, well thought out, critically analyzed formula created by yours truly. Saltdaddy.net. Just scroll down, put your first name in here, email address in here, click yes, and you'll be notified on November 19th. It'll only be available for 5 days. Then we pull the plug, and on November 25th, the live Zoom training webinars begin. You get access to 10 2-hour-long Zoom webinars. 10, gentlemen. 10 times 2. You get 20 hours of coaching. You also get access to an unlimited text message group featuring yours truly. That you'll have free access to me, my brain, and everything all the way until the end of the year. And you'll learn how to maximize your online dating game. So, how's everybody doing today? I hope we're keeping our heads up. Still a lot of crookedness, a lot of fuckery going on with the election. It is not a coincidence that that the latest counties that are producing ballots are all Democratic, and they are all in the majority favor for Biden. I got banned off of Twitter today, again, off of my dummy account, because I wrote something in a tweet reply, something like, Joe Biden is a fraud or election fraud or something. Just one, boom, instantaneously banned. Trying to appeal it right now. If anybody wants to make me a dummy Twitter account, I will be so proud of you and so happy, because I need it to properly monitor what exactly is going on right now. Let me fire up the phone lines, and then I'll shout out to the members. There we go.
Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host pin when...
To start your show now, press...
Your show is scheduled to start in 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Call in with your questions. 657-383-1318.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom, baby.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Who's up in the house? Where's the... I'm still getting my wits about me. Let's close that. Where is the other one? There it is. Why is that so small? There we go. All right. Phone lines are open, 657-383-1318. No call is too small, and the only stupid question is the one you do not ask. We got a caller on the line already. Wow. I feel like today's going to be a lot of people calling in. Call in. Also, if you have some insight into the election and you know about the legal processes and stuff, call in, because I've yet to find somebody who actually knows what the hell they're talking about. I've been doing a lot of personal research on myself, but from what I've been watching Steve Bannon, who also just got banned off of Twitter. Trump's got this in the bag. There's no need to be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid regardless. But anyways, let's go to the caller. 215, you're live. What's up?
What is up, MLD? What's up, MLD? It's Chris Matico. So I wanted to give some perspective because I was actually working the polls a little bit during the election cycle. And I do have to say something in regards to I was going to call in yesterday. I wanted to share some insight because I live in Philadelphia, a very blue city. Mm-hmm. So one thing is that if you live in a blue city and you're a Republican and you work in the red, you are going to be targeted. Krasner, our DA in Philadelphia, was actually trying to target, Republican, committee people for voter intimidation. And there's a big double standard as well. So, for example, right, this is a small thing, but it goes to show. I was helping out one of our local state reps, and one of the rules at the polling place is you cannot put their face on an actual wall, like where the polling place is.
Right.
We were told we couldn't do that at all. We were trying, we kind of did just to have like this one thing stand up, but we weren't allowed to. The socialist guy who was running against us, because the guy was basically socialist, his face was plastered on the wall like 1984's Big Brother. No one bats an eye. Absolutely no one bats an eye. And it's really sickening because there's obviously a big double standard. I don't know how we've gotten this divided, but it's really freaking scary.
All right. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, that's all kind of stuff we already know already, but, just looking for answers, looking for what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm just, I'm closely paying attention to everything. This is clearly, illegal. It's clearly a sham. And, I'm just kind of blown away that like, people are just supposed to take this sitting down and laying down.
Yeah, definitely. And also another thing I wanted to add on, when you were going into your in-depth analysis, when you're drawing out the chart, one thing I don't know if you covered it, maybe you have, maybe you didn't, maybe I missed it, is when we were talking about the WHO and the UN. Now, you also have to keep in mind, the UN is ran by a lot of leftist politicians in all different areas of the world. Now, you also have to keep in mind that the original coronavirus cases, it was like, 2/3 death rate, and then we found out that was 99.9% survival. So I was wondering your opinions on that and how that contributed to the great kind of like brainwashing of everything going on.
What do you mean 2/3 death rate?
Like there was the UN was misreporting numbers when it came to the death rate originally. I'm pretty sure, if I'm incorrect about that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that they were originally. So
what are you saying? What are you saying about it? So
essentially that basically we all know that the UN is a very left-leaning organization, and they were originally reporting inaccurate numbers when it came to the death rate originally.
Right.
So again, I was wondering your opinion on that and how that could lead into basically the brainwashing of the whole coronavirus and all that sort that you brought up in your previous video.
Right. I covered that yesterday. The thing is that they're 100%. We're pumping the numbers. People. I can't even tell you. I definitely know 200,000 people in America did not die from the coronavirus alone. The majority of these people had what are called comorbidities, something that they also died with. So I think, the whole thing, that thing stank as well of a scam. Like this whole year was just riddled with scam after scam after scam. So that definitely had something to do with it for sure, because you're going to pump out the death rates and it makes people more afraid. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I just wanted to call in, give some input and like a little bit of insight of what I was experiencing when I was working the polls. Love your show as always, man. As always, keep doing what you're doing and just living that hot dude life, brother.
Thanks, buddy. You take care of yourself.
You as well, man. Have a good one.
Peace. That's our man, Christian Matico. Thank you for calling in. Yeah. So, still getting used to my new setup. I'm like on a stool. Don't forget, call in with your questions if you have any. 657-383-1318. Call in with your questions. Artemis, you're saying that they can't take it to the Supreme Court? Why not? Why can they not take it to the Supreme Court? Your questions. Dating, relationships. One second. There we go. Have that programmed. Oh, you're the man, Taj. You are the man. Taj, stand by. I'm going to log into it right now. Probably going to have to send you some verification crap. You are the fucking man, Taj. I don't deserve you guys. You guys are all fucking fantastic. Yeah, guys, I've just been heavily paying attention to this shit because, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make it. Federal judges have to look at it first, and so far, very few federal judges are even let across their desk. Only 2 have rejected it, from what I've seen, though. Michigan and Wisconsin. Yeah, 253 CNN and 260. They're gonna have Fox call it for sure. They're gonna give Nevada to him because it's a perfect 6. And then they're going to give it to him. But it doesn't count. I don't know. I watched the Steve Bannon. I just wish people fucking knew what they were talking about. I need people with brains around me helping me out. All right, we got 607 and 713. Take my mind off this shit. 607, what's up?
Yo, what's up, MLB? Good, it's P. What's up?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
What's up, man? Just out here doing the work.
Good stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm out here doing the work. You already know I'm on break, hollering at you. I was trying to holler yesterday, but you ended the phone lines before I got on break.
Okay, what's up?
It's all good. Yeah, well, check it out. There was even a little thing on TV about some girl. She traced all the president's bloodline to Europe, to the Queen.
Yeah.
Except for one, and that one president that wasn't part of that bloodline got killed off. Wonder why?
Oh, interesting.
Now, they're trying to mess with Trump again. Yeah, man. A little girl did this in elementary school. Traced back the president's bloodline. For some reason, Obama, Bill Clinton, Bush, they're all related somehow. Distant relatives somehow. I don't know. Like you said, coincidence? I don't think so, fam. There's an agenda here. There's a plan involved, and they're definitely messing with these ballots. The whole coronavirus thing. From the beginning, it was fishy like a stanky girl's vagina, dog. You already knew something was up.
Yes, it was.
You already knew something was up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of being lied to, fam, and you know it's easy to call bullshit, fam. That's what like I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and
yeah.
I think that the devil's power is the lie, and then when you got the truth, that's the God's truth, that's gonna expose all of the lies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shine the light on the dark and you see everything, metaphorically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gotta do is find out the truth and call these motherfuckers out on their lies, man.
Definitely.
And that's what's happening. And they're getting caught. And now they're the sore losers about it.
Yep.
And it's like, yo, honestly, I don't trust none of these mother effers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it clean for YouTube, but
Yeah, you're good.
I don't trust none of them, fam. I don't.
I definitely don't either.
Yo, the government's shiesty. Nah, man, nah. This is messed up. This is messing with our constitutional rights. Even though they were given to us by our forefathers that were related all since back from George Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look that up. You can look up a little girl online on YouTube, traces president's bloodline.
Well,
And it shows you. The little girl in elementary school did this project. And this is not nothing new, man. This has been out. People have been trying to get woke to this. Like I said, they've been lying I told you a while ago, they've been lying to us a lot more than just girls, dog. They've been lying to us about a lot of things. It's all a plan. It's all a plan trying to, mess up the world, mess up America. But you say if you think it's China, I think it might be more than just China, fam.
well, we're going to find out.
There's a lot of things.
We are going to find out.
Have to find out.
We're definitely going to find out. Well, listen, I got another caller, so I appreciate you calling in as usual, dude.
You already know, fam. Every time I can, I will, but it's just harder now because I'm out here doing the solar panels and shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
But always a pleasure to call in, fam. Always a pleasure to holler at you. You already know. I'll be looking at the streams, fam. I'll holler at you later.
Thank you, P-Dubs. You have a good one, brother.
You too, fam. One love. Peace.
All right, peace out. Good stuff. P-Dubs. All right, let's go to 713. Yours up next. 713, what's up?
Hey, John, how's it going, man?
Hey, buddy, who's this?
I'm doing good, brother. This is Andre down in Houston.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Hey, man, I want to tell you, I will tell you just kind of a background. I come from a Politico family, and I watch the different states that my family's from. And I will tell you, part of my childhood was in Wisconsin. What blows my mind is once you start to, when you deal with the government and local municipalities, and I haven't heard too many people talk about this. I follow Wisconsin politics besides Texas and New York, but what blows me away is when they said the night of the election, I mean, this fried my brain, each state that had the mail-out ballots, they are not telling us at all how many mail-out ballots went out at all. And they should know exactly how many went out because they have to order it. The municipality or the state pays for those ballots to go out. And then it actually has to be registered. If you follow the federal law and then you follow state law, it has to be logged in. And now because we have computers, there's a specific barcode that goes to that address. So when they say they don't know how many went out, that there's no way. That blows my mind. And not only does it blow my mind, when the ballots come back, they should be scanned. So then you could find out exactly, I mean, literally to the number, who has and who hasn't voted, who got their, it's the whole process. But by doing this, it's also, the violation of the tampering with a federal election is one law. The other one is wire fraud. When you defraud the federal government, they're going to get you for wire fraud, be it sending a check, an electronic check, a debit card, a credit card, however it was payment. Even if the process, if it's an illegal order on fake or dead people, that's a felony also. And then it's still wire fraud, mail fraud, because then you get the United States Postal Service. And no one's talked about that. But I will tell you this: Wisconsin, 7 days before the election, they said, check this out, they had 1 million, just over 1 million people request a mail-in ballot. Now, here's a significant piece: the 100,000 or 120,000 people that they found these votes in Wisconsin. What's the problem? It was 120,000 or whatever the exact number is now that voted Democrat. What's the problem? Unless you have, but it was 90% of the people that requested a ballot in the state of Wisconsin were Republicans. So that means that the excess would have to be it'd have to be like 1.5 million, because if you even follow the Pareto principle in politics is basically the 70-30 split. Now, I'm sure there's been a few people to talk about that, but basically, no matter who you're for or against, when it comes to voting, worst case scenario, even in a blue county or a red county, is always going to almost, unless you have a very farming communities where you literally have 100,000 people, but the split is almost always going to be a 70-30. It's never 80-20, and it's almost never 90-10. So when they found, hey, we found 100,000. 120,000 and they all voted one way, dude, that ain't gonna happen. So anyway, that's my 2 cents, brother.
Yeah, like I said, I've been paying attention to this very, very closely, and it's weird. It's super, super weird. I just I just gotta say, like, it doesn't. I'm trying my best not to be biased. Like, I'm very aware that I do have a bias, obviously, but at the same time, I'm trying to, like, check my bias every time I do an action. I read all the opposing Twitter threads and all these opposing people and all their views, and I have just saying, like, it's just like, even though I've been critically analyzing it, every way you look at it, it looks like there is some sort of, it's not clean. It's not clean. They cannot be clean.
Well, John. Here's the thing. Well, so let's break it down to the metaphor in love. All's fair in love and war, right?
Right.
Well, the thing that this is, there's no, if you go biblical, there's never been a holier than thou times, right? And someone said, well, what do you mean by that? I said, well, even in the time of Christ, they crucified Christ to the cross, and that was holier than thou times.
Yeah.
If you want to do a biblical statement. But the other thing, too, is politics is politics. You don't think people are cheating at every single election ever?
Of course they are.
There's no clean election ever.
No, of course.
So, and that's the other thing. Politics is politics. So, anyway, all right, man, I'm going to get off. Thank you so much. Love your show, brother. Be good.
Hey, man, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate you. Like, every little insight is really important. And, yeah, I'm just, like I said, I've been glued to the fucking internet trying to figure this out. So take care of yourself, Playboy.
All right, brother. Be good. Bye-bye.
Peace. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we got a next caller on the line there. Hello there. Caller, you on the air? Hello. Going once. Going twice. All right. Phone lines are open, guys. 657-383-1318. Yeah, the plumber, exactly. He says it doesn't pass a sniff test. It does not, indeed. Strange things are happening to me. All right, here we go. Call back in. Hello, caller. Are you working now? Is your phone working now?
Yeah.
What's up?
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who YouTube.com/voterust is?
Who?
YouTube.com/voterust.
No, what is that? That just shows you how racist the black pill guys are. Anyways, calling, guys. 657-383-1318. Imagine being such a loser. I don't know. Hard to do that on the 19th floor of Tokyo. Like, got a beautiful woman in the kitchen feeding me and bringing me everything I need. Oh, by the way, Bitcoin's up over 15,000, like I said. Thank you. Living rent-free in MLDs. You're living rent-free in MLD. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah, calling guys 657-383-1318. Somebody just made me a dummy Twitter account, and I started following all these conservative accounts just to, like, you know, the Trumps and everything to follow and see what they're saying about. And then it immediately locked me out and said I need to verify with a phone number. So now I need a dummy phone number. Someone want to send me one? Nazis. Modern day social media. What's up, Lou? Taj is on it. He's working on it. Let's see. Yeah, just waiting on somebody to call in. 657-383-1318. I'll show you something in the meantime. Now, who knows the credibility of this? But I'll show you two pieces of the puzzle that came to my desk today. I'm still at wait and see mode. What does that mean? Sam says still in wait and see mode. Yeah. Well, while we're waiting for somebody to call in. Oh, Charlie's still alive.
Like what percentage increased, and then
he's killing it. Give Charlie a like. Well, for you guys that are watching me right now, even though Charlie's on the air, appreciate you for watching me. Let me see. Okay, here. Oh, Aaron Clary's online too, huh? All right, let's integrate that here. Let's put that over here. I saw this. Did anybody else see this? Of course, it's InfoWars, so, you know, should be taken with a grain of salt. But if this is really true, this is insane.
This is really a sting operation, contrary to what everybody else said. Trump knew this was happening. Eric knew this was happening and warned the public. I knew this was happening. However, I could not say anything about it. What happened was we watermarked every ballot with what's called the QFS blockchain encryption code. In other words, we know pretty well where every ballot is, where it went, and who has it. So this is not a stolen election. On the contrary, we reversed the entire game of war along the lines of Sun Tzu, the art of war. And Trump was brilliant and still is brilliant at it. The reason he hasn't been seen, and Alex correctly said, oh, I haven't seen him in several days. Well, in the art of the war, you pull back, allow your enemy to make all the mistakes that they are making, manipulate the situation, expose them, and then come in for the final killing. And that's what's happening now. None of this was unexpected. All of this was expected. All of this is part of the sting operation we're running.
So
The greatest battle.
Election's over. We're now in the stealing process of the election. What are you seeing? What's going through your mind as you're witnessing this gigantic hoax?
Number one, it's not a hoax. What's happening now, and the reason I couldn't come on the Alex Jones show last night was I was not given the permission that I needed to in order to say what I'm about to say now. I do not work for the federal government. I'm not paid by them. Let me just say again what I said in 2016. There are honorable members of our intelligence, military, and civilian community in the government who understood exactly how corrupt Biden and the Democratic machinery is, was, and will be. This is really a sting operation, contrary to what everybody else said. Trump knew this was happening. Eric knew this was happening and warned the public. I knew this was happening. However, I could not say anything about it. What happened was we watermarked every ballot with what's called the QFS blockchain encryption code. In other words, we know pretty well where every ballot is, where it went, and who has it. So this is not a stolen election. On the contrary, we reversed the entire game of war along the lines of Sun Tzu, the art of war. And Trump was brilliant and still is brilliant at it. The reason he hasn't been seen, and Alex correctly said, oh, I haven't seen him in several days. Well, in the art of the war, you pull back, allow your enemy to make all the mistakes that they are making, manipulate the situation, expose them, and then come in for the final killing. And that's what's happening now. None of this was unexpected. All of this was expected. All of this is part of the sting operation we're running. And let me tell you that 48 hours ago, not only did we put markers on those ballots, but I can say now, with the permission of people in the intelligence community and elsewhere, that we have sent out thousands and thousands of National Guards to 12 different states, Washington, Delaware, Texas, Arizona, Alabama, and everywhere. So now you have to consider and rethink what this is really about. The genius of Trump is that he is able to pull back at any point and manipulate the opponent without the opponent ever realizing. He has said repeatedly, hashtag steal the vote. That's exactly what he has said for months. Then he made a very clear implication. He said, I will use common sense or my intelligence, i.e. both literal and figurative intelligence. And those of us in the intelligence community, be it who they are, again, what I said in 2016, when we exposed Hillary Clinton, we now exposed, and it was Trump who initiated this, Biden family. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden, Frank, the whole family was played right into a game where they were convicted, and you're seeing what's happening now. What was not announced was that we watermarked all the ballots with what I said at QFS blockchain, which is a very hard encryption code to break. And the second thing is we sent probably 20,000 or more National Guards 48 hours ago. None of it was reported, and I thank the press for not reporting it and others. So what in fact is happening is you're seeing a sophisticated sting operation that was initiated by Trump. I'm just a lowly peasant in this game, and honestly, I was informed that I could say something about it today, only last night. That's why I could not come on.
Well,
This is the reverse of what you guys have been thinking. It's not a civil war. We have not been surprised in any way. This has been set up by Trump for a long, long time. In the same way that we knew about Hillary Clinton, I warned about the coup that we would do a counter coup, and this is our counter coup again against the Bidens. And that's exactly what we expected. The corruption in the mail, the corruption in USPS, corruption with the Democrats, everywhere and anywhere. There was no surprise here. And that's why we deployed National Guard soldiers to 12 different states. Nothing was said about it.
Steve, you've just broken certainly perhaps the biggest news since the election here on this show. I have to play this out logically in my head.
That's why I go on your show to basically, I keep.
Well, I love you, Steve. I'd kiss you on the lips right now if it wasn't digitally. But
can't. There's too many people watching us.
We're open like that. We're tolerant. But Steve, following your logic here, I mean, are arrests inevitably coming down the road?
Yeah. They're coming not just down the road, they're being implemented. What you saw Corey Wendowski and Pam Biondi saying when they were in Clay County and as well in Philadelphia, that was not just a threat. That was exactly what's going to happen. People will be arrested as of tonight, tomorrow, and it will go on for quite a while. And this was a total sting operation that I can say.
So explain
anybody else. I have the permission to say it. I do not deal with classified information. As you know, I do not work for our government, but because I'm loyal to the Republic, and I work with a lot of people who are loyal to this Republic, including the 16 intelligence services, the Secret Service, our civilian service, they've all been great, and they've kept it quiet. And I've been given the permission to say what I've just said. I have nothing more to say, but this is not a surprise here. This is the biggest sting operation probably in our country that we've ever had.
Well, and it would be the genius of Trump. But Steve, I got to ask in the last minute 45 here to kind of hone in. So how is this watermark on the ballots? What is the significance of that as to, is it going to stop from fake ballots being counted, or how is that going to be used?
Well, we use it in any way that we need to use it in terms of counting, knowing which ones were fake, which ones were not. It's a very sophisticated code. So if you just throw them away, these are cyber communication implementations that we have the code for. We know exactly what was thrown away. We know exactly what was placed. We know exactly who has it, and we know exactly where it went. I can't go any further than that.
Wow, this is huge news that Steve Pieczenik is breaking on our show right now. For me to reiterate, I guess in my own words, President Trump and his administration and friendlies inside the White House in D.C. have launched a sting operation knowing this Democrat fraud was coming. And, you know, Steve, you said Trump's been talking about this for months. Actually, it's really been years. This is from President Trump on October 10th, 2012. He said, "It doesn't matter who you vote for. It matters who is counting the votes." End quote. Be careful of voter fraud. So he's obviously known about this forever. I mean, is this the genius of Trump playing out? I mean, long term?
Yeah. Trump is far more brilliant than people understood. I knew about Trump. I don't personally work for him, and I don't deal personally with him, but he knows that I've known him for well over 30 to 40 years when he built ice skating rinks for free. And I had my children go there, and he was very gracious to New York and to the United States.
So I'm skeptical of it, obviously, because it just sounds too good to be true. But I did watch that. I mean, and if not, so this guy's going to lose a lot of credibility. This guy is just like an author or whatever. So what we got here?
This is not a normal video for me. This is possible conspiracy theory, so please take.
Yeah. Let's see this.
But Dr. Steve Pieczenik, as we're
brilliant and still is brilliant.
Okay, so when you type in QFS blockchain watermark, these videos pop up on Google.
This is not a normal video for me. This is possible conspiracy theory, so please take this with a grain of salt.
By the way, if you have questions, we got a call in there. Let's bring him on. 765, you are live. What's up?
Hey, John. It's Rob in Cincinnati. How you doing?
Good. How are you, bud?
You know what? Pretty good. Life is good. But I get we're all stressed out right now. I'm happy, man. Like, things don't seem so bad to me.
I'm definitely not stressed out, Bob.
But like with the election, the thing that gets me is if if the Republicans keep the Senate, which it looks like they will,
right,
and they have a 6-3 conservative Supreme Court, then that means Joe Biden's administration or Kamala Harris's administration is basically completely hamstrung in changing the laws here at home. They can screw up all kinds of foreign policy, but there's not going to be a Green New Deal. There's not going to be a bunch of new states, and they're not going to pack the courts.
Right.
So it's going to be probably a couple of years of people bitching at each other and screaming and not much getting done, which seems kind of par for the course with this country.
Yeah. Regardless, this thing, like I said, this thing just stinks. You know, it just stinks so bad. I mean, do you feel like this is a fair and clean election as of right now?
Well, I wouldn't bet my life on it, but if the Democrats committed some kind of election fraud, they would have had to have pulled it off in Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and maybe even North Carolina. They would have had to have done a whole lot of hard work and gone to it almost would just be easier to win the election fairly at this point. I mean, we'll see what the courts say. We'll see what happens, but I don't really expect anything to change there.
So you think Biden and Harris will take office?
Barring something pretty dramatic happening, yeah. And I'm not talking completely out of my rear end here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an attorney. I know a little something about a little something. Enough to where I think that the odds of successfully overturning the results in a half dozen states maybe that's probably a bridge too far for the Trump administration.
So you think this? Did you watch the segment there about the watermark on the ballots?
Well, you ever see one of those tweets where it says "big if true" and then it makes some really bold claim?
Yeah.
It's big if it's true, but I don't know. We'll see.
Very true. Very, 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 very true.
But listen, I got to bounce, and I'm sure you got other stuff to talk about. But there are little signs of life in America, a little hope, a little optimism that I think kind of got lost in the doom and gloom. This was supposed to be a blue wave election for the Democrats. They were supposed to get all the government. Instead, they're running kind of well behind what they expected to get. They're losing seats in the House. They're not going to get the Senate. And they didn't flip any state houses, which is huge because 2020 is redistricting. It's when they draw the lines on the map after the census.
Right.
And even in California, some of the crazy woke ballot initiatives failed by pretty good margins. They wanted to, at Proposition 16, I think it was, the goal of that was to make race discrimination legal in California so they could discriminate in favor of people they like. That failed by a healthy margin. You had a couple of other kind of crazy woke initiatives fail by healthy margins. So if there's signs of hope in California, I can't be that mad.
Oh, that's very good analysis, actually. Very good analysis. Well, listen, Bob, thanks for calling in today, man.
I try, man. But
I appreciate you.
For sure, man. We just got to keep our heads up. And, I just want to say very quickly, you do great work. You've been a blessing in my life and a lot of men's lives, and keep up the good fight, man.
Thank you, man. That really means a lot. And that's not just some, political response. It really, there are days that I question my sanity getting on the air. I'm like, is anybody even going to fucking listen to me? Am I even helping anybody out? Is this are people just weird and they just follow me? These are all things that go through my head. But when somebody calls in and unscriptedly tells me something like that, really makes me feel good. So thank you so much, brother.
God bless. Take care.
All right, buddy. Peace out. What a nice fella. Yeah, this guy, Steve, what's his name? Steve, let's see. Let's see. Excuse me. What's his name? Steve Pieczenik? Pieczenik? I don't know. It looks like a Polish last name, even though he's Cuban. Let's just put this in the slide. Take a look at here, guys. Phone lines are open, guys. 657-383-1318. Call in if you got a question. No call is too small. Holla at your boy. Holla, 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 holla. His wiki is here. Pieczenik was born in Havana, Cuba, and of Jewish parents from Russia and Poland, and was raised in France. Father, doctor from Dombrovskis, who studied and worked in Toulouse, France, fled Poland before World War II. His mother, a Russian Jew from Bialystok, I think that's how you pronounce it, Poland, fled, blah, 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 civil service. I forget how to pronounce his name. Was a deputy assistant secretary of state under Henry Kissinger. Cyrus Van, Kissinger was never a president, was he? He was an advisor, yeah. He served the presidential administrations of Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and George H.W. Bush in the capacity of Deputy Assistant Secretary. In 1974, joined the United States Department of State as a consultant to help in the restructuring of its Office for the Prevention of Terrorism. Let's see. He served as a specialist on hostage taking. Yikes. That's scary. He's often been credited with devising successful negotiation strategies and tactics and used in several high-profile hostage situations, including the 1976 TWA Flight 355 hostage situation, 1977 kidnapping of the son of a Cyprus president. In 1978, he was a special envoy for President Jimmy Carter to Italy to assist in the search for Italy's Prime Minister, Aldo Moro, blah, 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 blah. Somebody said he was ex-CIA. Doesn't look like that's true. He resigned as Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. A psychiatrist. Interesting. He offered as a chief executive officer of Strategic Intelligence Associates, a consulting firm. Told that in 1992, told Newsday that in his professional opinion, President George H.W. Bush was clinically depressed. As a result, he was brought up on ethics charge before the American Psychiatric Association and reprimanded. He subsequently quit the APA. Then the role he played in negotiations to bring about the release of Aldo Moro, an Italian politician kidnapped by the Red Brigades, is fraught with controversy. Has made several appearances on InfoWars, the flagship radio Alex Jones, where he has promoted various opinions. Pieczenik repeatedly claims that Sandy Hook Operation Schooling was a false flag operation and that the September 11 attacks were conducted by CIA agents. So has he ever been publicly wrong about something, though? Like, he made a prediction. Obviously, Sandy Hook's wrong. I don't know. What are we thinking, boys? What are we thinking? I'm trying to look at stuff here. Looking at all this stuff from the Trumps. Trump Jr. So they're saying help stop voter suppression, irregularities, and fraud. Tell us what you're seeing. 888-630-1776. Good number. Nevada GOP. What is that? Yeah. Thank you. This is concerning. Is this real? I just can't, in good faith. I haven't been able. I've been like researching this all day. I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not wrong. Something is definitely up. What do you guys think in the chat? What's up, James Dean? Shout out to all my members. Shout out to my man Artemis Cameron, who fucking sat on stream with me and did close to 20 hours with me. You're the man, Artemis. Look forward to meeting you. Steven says, I smell BS on the watermarks. The Controverse, welcome, new member of the Hot Dude Army. Thanks for signing up, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's give this man some golden eggplant emoji, Sally. This one's for you, Controverse. I was going to give you the golden eggplant salute yesterday, but you peaced out when I wanted to do it. Because I know you signed up yesterday. So there you go. You get the wall of golden eggplant emojis. Misinformation. Let's see. Yeah, she will be definitely at the helm. Steve has a YouTube channel where he rants. I hope it's true. I'm calling BS on the watermark claim. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Call BS on it. But if it is, that's like somebody said they stopped calling they said that the reason they stopped counting is because of that. Let's see. Yeah, Dustin says Occam's razor suggests that fraud is the logical answer, especially when looking at Florida and Texas elections. Believing in the infallible integrity of the election is the least rational take, to be honest. It's so true. So true. I guess nobody's calling in today. I guess everybody's worried about the election. If you guys got a question, call on in. 657-383-1318. Hot Dude Hotline's open. Right here. Boom. In the meantime, I saw this. I had to log out of Twitter to scroll it. The Nevada GOP said, Nevada, our lawyers just sent a criminal referral to Attorney General Barr regarding at least 3,062 instances of voter fraud. We expect that number to grow substantially. Thousands of individuals have been identified who appear to have violated the law by casting ballots after they moved from Nevada. Suckers, downcast Trump makes baseless election claims. I don't know what that says that. Interessante. I tell you what, this is addicting news. What's Giuliani saying? What are you doing there? Send me a message. No. Don't buy it. Just make the reservation. I'll pay for it. Or I'll talk to you in a second. Thank you, though. Giuliani is being censored on Twitter. That's great. With GOP holding Senate and gaining House, it's clear real Donald Trump won. It's true. This election cheating is obvious and embarrassment to our reputation throughout the world. Right? How would people like vote? Like, didn't like the Democrats lose a bunch of seats? How would that? Is that not clear evidence that, you know, they are what do you call it? Like, why would they vote Republican House, Republican Senate, but then like, oh, but let me vote for Joe Biden. What? Hilarious. We got a caller on the air. 360.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, John?
How are you?
This is Jared Hidden.
Hey, you making $1 million?
Finally calling in.
Making $1 million in Bitcoin or what?
Oh, man. We're going to the moon, baby.
Yeah, we are.
This is so good. I'm getting my friends excited. I'm making so much money hand over fist. It's great.
Charlie talks a lot about you in our private conversations. Says you're a really smart guy.
Well, he probably talks me up a little too much, but that's okay.
That's what smart people usually say.
I hope to make a lot of money. So
I think you will.
just finally wanted to talk to come in and chat with you guys. I always listen to you. Well, I wouldn't say always, but 3 to 5 days a week, in the mornings. But I'm married, got a couple boys, 1.5 and 3.5-year-old, and I take care of them in the mornings because my wife works the swing shift. So
yes.
I cook breakfast and put your show on for them. They need it. It's good for them.
Talk to me. What's good?
Hey, this election stuff, man. I'm telling you what, when only 7 media outlets are allowed to call this election, they're the only ones that have any clout in where this goes. That doesn't happen. I worked in election and politics since I was like 14. I've been banging signs together for people, doing stuff. And my last job, I was a lobbyist for the Building Industry Association back in about 2015. And I'll tell you what, it is so easy to manipulate politics. You walk in with a checkbook and you say, hey, I want you to vote this way. We're going to write you this check because you're a campaign, and we want you to vote this way. That's how it happens every single day, all day long, no matter what. Left, right, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter.
Yep. Oh, I know. I'm well aware. I'm just wondering, like, what's gonna happen? I mean,
I love the watermark thing. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I love the sting operation idea that, they've been cheating for many years and now they're finally going to get caught.
Yeah.
And if you think about it logically, there's no other time you're going to catch anybody.
It's true. And in the largest...
there's no other way to catch them.
Right. It's the largest election in human history.
Right. And then you look at the voter turnout.
Right.
Come on. 125% Nevada.
I know.
Over 100% anywhere.
I know. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting.
And then you can't say shenanigans or you get kicked off of Twitter.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Anyway. That's all I got for you, John. Happy Friday.
You're the man.
For me, and
you are the man, Jared. Thank you for calling in, Playboy.
Let's make some more money.
I'm a big fan of that.
All right, John. Peace out.
Peace. What a swell guy. What a swell fella. Is Charlie still going? No. Charlie looks like he just ended, did he? Who else is on? Deet 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 deet. I'll show you some other things I've been looking at while we're just sitting around waiting for calls. But if no calls come in soon, I'm outie. I enjoy my Friday night. JK, I'm just gonna be watching everything. Okay. This is another thing I noticed from Vox Day. Is Vox Day off of Twitter? I couldn't find his Twitter account. Did he get taken off Twitter? Let's see. This is what he wrote here. This is interesting. Trust the president. So, trust the plan. Carlos Oswaldo explains that there's no need to freak out over the Democrats' electoral shenanigans. Number one, Trump prepared for this exact fight. Number two, Trump loves challenges. Number three, the law is 100% on Trump's side. See, that's where I'm trying to figure out where you disagree, Artemis, because you said the law is 100% Trump's side. Trump has a million legal weapons to fight this. This will lead to a greater federal oversight of voting for national office. Trump won. The reason they pulled this amateurish horse beep is that Republicans never fought fraud before. What have I told you is the fatal flaw of the leftism. Leftists always overreach. Now, this was very interesting, okay? Number one, in regards to Trump prepared this exact fight. Number one, it was really amateurish. The combination of statistical improbabilities, which Gangwar, our local Indian genius, calculated, the combination of statistical improbabilities with the obvious nature of the vote production is precisely the counties I highlighted before the election. Milwaukee, Hennepin, and Wayne made the fraud obvious. The only question is, how will Trump prove it? Number two, it's clear that Trump saw this calling. Why else did he cancel his election night party before the voting started? That is pretty interesting, right? He did cancel his election night party before the voting started. Did anybody else notice that? Because typically they have a party ready when they sit around and wait for the election to come in or whatever. They did last time. Jeff Reagan says, Trump foreshadowing that 4 a.m. drop-off still sticks out to me, but could be nothing. No, trust that. Trust that. Let's see. Number three, Trump loves to trap his opponents. Given the way this was telegraphed, it is more likely that he walked right into the situation, A, with the plan to use it, or B, without a plan to use it. Number four, it was just the states now being contested. The Hennepin County statistics are also historical outliers. There are more certainly others. 5, Trump has conceded nothing, nor does he appear to either be rattled or upset. 6, did Trump have negative coattails? How did Republicans hold the Senate and gain seats in the House if Biden actually received the most votes in U.S. history? Yeah, that's the big one right there. How does that happen? Never give up till the whistle blows. That's number 7. That's true. Been reading this as a source of information. Facebook is in on the steal for sure. Fuckery is a foot. Best-selling novelist and erstwhile notes that the how do you say that word? Panopl. Panoply? Notes the panoply of red flags? Why do people even use those words? Panoply? So you want to type out the phonetics of that for me? Panoply? Let's see. Before I became a novelist, I was an accountant. In auditing, you look for red flags. There's a weird bits in the data that suggest something is shifty is going on. You flag those weird things so you can delve into them later. One flag doesn't necessarily mean there's a fraud. Weird things just happen. A few flags mean stupidity or dishonesty. But a giant pile of red flags mean that there's bad shit going on and people should be in jail. Except for in politics, where apparently all you have to do is dismiss a bunch of red flags. To dismiss a bunch of red flags is be a Democrat and mumble something about fascist voter suppression. Then you can do all sorts of blatant crimes and get off. Panoply? I can't read that still. Panoply? No, there's only, you wouldn't do a double O-O. See, Joel says something very interesting. It is obvious why Republicans aren't losing in down ticket because the industrial scale of fraud, they were only marking president box to save time. More fraud per minute. Very true. Say monopoly with a P. Panoply. Panoply. Okay, panoply. Dude, you're so smart, John M. Thank you so much. Panoply. Thank you so much. Came late to part. Biden's leading currently with 7,000 votes. Yeah, I know. Just coincidence, I'm sure. I've been trying to keep up with the fire hose of information what's going on during this cluster F of an event. Last night I was on Facebook talking about the crazy high third world dictator level voter turnouts in these deep blue areas of these swing states. Was very suspicious. Somebody gaslighted me, but I'd have to do better than that. So this is my quick reply listing off a questionable BS I thought could be off the top of it. The massive turnout alone is a red flag, huge. But as for doing better, the late night spikes that were enough to close all the Trump leads are a red flag. The late night dumps, I mean, come on. The statistically impossible breakdown of the ratios of these vote dumps is a red flag. The ratios that these dumps being far better than the percentages in the bluest of blue cities. Even though the historical data does not match, red flag. The ratios of these vote dumps favoring Biden more in these few battleground than the ratio for the rest of the country. Even the bluest of blue, red flag. Biden outperforming Obama among these few of urban vote dumps, even though Trump picked up points in every demographic group in the rest of the country, red flag. Poll observers being removed, red flag. The counters cheering as GOP or observers are removed, red flag. The fact that the Dem observers outnumber the GOP observers 3-1, red flag, and the basis of the first lawsuit filed. The electioneering at the polls on video, red flag. The willful violation of the court order requiring the separation of ballots by type, red flag. Wow, they're doing that? I didn't even know they were doing that. USPS whistleblower reporting to the Inspector General that today they were ordered to backdate ballots to yesterday, red flag. The video of 2 a.m. deliveries of what appeared to be boxes of ballots with no chain of custody or other observers right before the late night miracle spikes, red flag. Any of those things would be enough to trigger an audit in normal world. Many of these flags, and I'd be giggling in anticipation of catching some thieves. And it isn't that I have to do better. Am I back? Testing. No. My computer just did something really weird. Like somehow something. I don't know what happened, but then my video card just started. All the fans started blasting. I don't know what the heck happened. All the fans just started going. Audio only? What do you mean? You can't see my face? What do you mean? What do you mean audio only? No, yeah. What are you talking about, Mac? Some of you guys have no video? Christian Gonzalez, why are you saying no video? Frozen? Am I frozen? No? Interesting. Yeah, just had to refresh. I don't know what the hell just happened. You're 360, but I got video and sound. I'm 360. What does that even mean? Not synchronized with your... No, I'm synchronized. Your fucking internet sucks. That was weird. My computer just freaked out. My computer has never done that. Yeah, I gotta stop reading the chat. I'm only gonna read members. Max says, I can hear you. Your screen is frozen. That's your garbage Leo Palace internet. But yeah. So where was I? Let me check the phone lines. Let's see. Let me open the phone lines again. Did that get closed down? Still going on? Okay. Oh. Let me put the whole thing back on. One second, boys. I can hear sirens. Yeah, they're coming for me. They are coming for me. Put me in the gulag, bros. Somebody get me out. If anybody had to get me out the gulags, you know who it would be? The one man I would trust. Myron Gaines. There we go. I trust Charlie, but I trust Myron more. Myron's got more of that oomph, you know. I thought Thor was going to break you out of the gulag. I hope so. Are Chinese overlords hack John's PC? Possibly. At this point, I don't doubt anything. All right. What does that say? Something Enesco meant. Just subscribed to the YouTube channel. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Infamous rifle, you'd break me out? I'd hope so. Trump campaign claims to have proof of it. Proof of what? Whoa! Oh yeah, I was reading that. That article is pretty good, huh? I got to go back to that. Did Vox Day get off of Twitter, or did he get banned off Twitter? Oh, looks like a new article just came out. Shall we read it? Where's the live stream? Oh, live stream's here. Don't mind my super nerdy Hulkbuster armor. Let me tell you something. I wish I had some Hulkbuster armor, and so do you. Don't even act like you don't. Look at the latest statement from Trump campaign. How can I do that? Because I can't. He got banned? Really? For what? Let's go. Let's read this. Where was I? I was in this one, right? Yo, that really like tripped me out. My computer's never freaked out like that. I've done some like intense gaming sessions. The video of 2 a.m. deliveries of what appears to be boxes of ballots with no chain of custody observers related into the night. Miracle spikes, red flag. Yeah. All I'd have to do is better. I guess I'm a Gen Pop observer who happens to be a retired auditor with the finely tuned bullshit detector. I have a pretty good bullshit detector myself. This is going to the courts. He goes into more detail on several specifics at Monster Hunter Nation. Read the whole thing here. Might as well. And this is why this unprecedented level of fraud has taken place. The answer is that because there was a Trump slide. Donald Trump is on track to receive 10% more votes than he did to win the presidency in 2016. Barack Obama was reelected in 2012 with 5.2% fewer votes than he received in 2008. Bill Clinton was reelected in 1996 with 5.5% more votes than he received in 1992. Donald Trump's reelection was shaping up to be the biggest landslide since Reagan, which is why millions of fraudulent ballots were produced to try to provide the media with the means of overturning election results. Okay. Let's see. This is great. Yeah, it was a Trump side. For sure, dude. For sure. Listen, Charlie from cultivatecrypto.com used to hate Trump. And then he watched a couple rallies. He's like, wow, this guy actually started to make some sense over here. This is the full article. Oh, yeah. Are we... where's the... Guys, don't forget, we're on Free Consultation Friday. So call in if you got a question. 657-383-1318. Phone lines are open. Are we good? Yeah, it's open. Oh, let me just push that. Don't forget, SALT is coming out November 19th. SALT 2.0, the updated edition, allowing you to maximize your online dating success. The guys in the chat will tell you how successful it was. Very happy to be part of this community. Very happy to have you all here in the Hot Dude Army. There we go. Done. People are pissed off, and rightfully so. Very true. Oh wow, this is super long. This is something. Then people were quick to dismiss the statistically improbable spikes with of course the mail-in voting favors Biden. Republicans vote in person. Yes, but they don't favor Biden with these kind of ratios anywhere else in America. The ratios are more like 60-40 or 70-30, but 97-3, oh, F no. So either Biden is the better campaigner to the inner cities, though he rarely left his basement, than the eloquent messianic... Am I bleeding? Dig my face. Messianic figure of Barack Obama, and there's something fishy going on here. At least Barack Obama, he was a charismatic motherfucker. He was a good speaker. I knew he was full of shit too, but he was a very good speaker. Very, very good speaker. Joe wears diapers. Yeah. The high turnout is the average for the state, but when you drill down to the sources of two statistically improbable blue dumps, they've got 2 districts with 200% turnout. No, they don't. Are you serious? Five Milwaukee ward report 89% turnout in 2020 presidential vote. Biden nets 146K votes in the city. They do not have 200%. Are you kidding me? In 2016, city voter turnout was 75%. Trump only won 4 Milwaukee voting wards in 2020 to Biden's 323. Trump won 9 of 2000 in his inaugural. President Clinton won the other 318. Yeah, just none of this data makes sense. Turnout 125%. This thing all stinks. It all stinks. Stinks like fishy vagina. Well, we've got no callers. That's going to do it for us today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Help me out with the algorithm as I'm being shadow banned by YouTube. Suppressed. Come on. You know the deal. Rule 0 will be on my channel tomorrow, as well as Dude Party. So tune in here for the double header. Until then, keep your eyes out. Holler at your boy. Make money. Make muscles. Learn game. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.